Welcome to a morning after edition of Money in the Bank post show by the Holy
Morning.
Shhh Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
And my name is Joe Panther, the third of the internationally known dudes at the ringside. It actually probably says ringside. Looks like if you have dyslexia, I'm so sorry right now.
It's backwards on the screen, but they know what you mean. Check out my guy, Joe Panther. Great to have you. Special guest edition of the Money in the Bank post show. Chuck, how you feeling today?
Wakey, wakey. Eggs and bakey.
Eggs and bakey. Let's get to it. Opening match, Money in the Bank, was the women's ladder match, and we have it now. Wait. Before we get to that, ladies and gentlemen, and also here today, the one, the only, Coach DTM.
Coach, it's in the building. What it do?
What I do, we were just getting started. Opening match, women's Money in the Bank, and the winner is, as everyone somewhat expected, was Naomi. Grabs the briefcase, and is the new Miss Money in the Bank. We're gonna start with our special guest, Joe Panther. Your thoughts on Naomi winning Money in the Bank?
I think it's well deserved. She's been in the game for so long, for a while, and like she's getting up there. She's really deserving of this Money in the Bank. Like, I know there was so many other brilliant women in this match, but Naomi, she's definitely, she's kind of part of the Oos. So it's like, it's Oos magic a little bit. If you think about it,
Right.
expect everybody. I know people that, and I was backstage at a wrestling show last night at Indie show, helping the backstage interview, and they all were like, that was kind of magic, a little Oos magic. It was kind of guaranteed to her to win something eventually, but very proud of her. Very nice to see her get something like Money in the Bank. But let's see where she goes with this.
Definitely. Let's see where she goes with it. Chuck Jordan, your thoughts on Naomi being Miss Money in the Bank?
Man, I'm thrilled with this. She's been in the business for a long time. But I want to give a shout out to Alexa Bliss and Roxanne. Them two little women was the workhorses of that match. Like and Stephanie. Stephanie Vicure did double time yesterday. Man, I thought this was a hell of a kickoff. I wasn't bored at all in any point of this match. Shout out to the women, man.
Shout out to the women. You got a little cracking in your audio, Chuck, there. I don't know if you're peaking or what. But Coach DTM, your thoughts on Naomi winning?
Well, if you seen the post show yesterday, you heard me tell you to proceed with caution.
You did.
If you heard me say it, you already know what it is.
You did.
Man, this was a great match, man. I think they all did their thing. I was glad to see the outcome. Shout out to Naomi doing her thing now. Now it's literally all about her. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the cash in is correct.
It is. Shout out Christopher Justice in a comment saying, yeet.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that match. Trust me. But Naomi, new Miss Money in the Bank. After that, we get Dominic Mysterio defending his Intercontinental Championship against Octagon Jr. If you've seen Worlds Collide, they got into it earlier in the day. And Dominic challenged him, Money in the Bank, IC title, and lived up to his word and defeats Octagon Jr. to retain the IC title. Joe Panther, your thoughts on this match?
Like, it's sad to say this, but it's like, that he was going to retain because WWE's not going to lose a belt because TNA already lost their main title. It's like, sorry, you lose your title too. But it's nice to see it. AAA wrestler coming through the curtains of WWE makes as a Latin person, makes me so proud to see the lineage of AAA coming through WWE finally. As there's fans that don't know him. Now they're kind of getting a little more familiar. But it would have been nice to see an Octagon win the Intercontinental title, bring it back to AAA and start defending it over there. But shout out to Dominic. If you're watching this, I got some nuggies one day. Don't worry.
He don't like nuggies. He like tendies.
I'll steal your girl, man. These red glasses just come on the scene, a little bald head, and I smile at her.
Hey, man.
I got a friend that knows her, so
Watch out for Joe, man. Watch out for
I'll
Joe.
steal
JP
your
about to
girl.
get her.
I will steal your girl, Dominic. And this mustache is way nicer than he's a pendejo. Just saying.
Pendejo.
He's a
Oh, no. Coach DTM, your thoughts on Mysterio defending?
I mean, this was actually a decent match. This was a good match. They kind of did their thing. It lived up to being a second match of the show. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't an opener. It wasn't a closer. It was right where it was supposed to be. Um, just to see him kind of sort. It was a little interference, but it was more so just straight up and down for the most part. For the most part, so I kind of liked it, man. This was a good match.
Definitely. Chuck, Dirty Dom retains.
How's my audio? Is it better?
Yeah, a little better. Yeah.
A little better? Am I still peaking? Nope, no peaks. Peaks. I don't know. Can't hear.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can still hear it a little bit.
Bruh, greatest Mysterio ever.
Wow.
I know I'm just joking, but I really did like how this whole fight even came to be, and it was good to see a luchador on the main card instead of just earlier today. And then
It was all luchadors earlier today.
I know what I'm saying. Like I like to see that they didn't just keep it to the earlier today. Like they brought it to the main the bigger show later. And then for Dom to I'm gonna put this on. And then he kept looking at the other luchadors as he was fighting. I was like, man, this Dom's showing highlights here and there that he's the future, man. That's what I'm saying. Greatest Mysterio ever this year.
We got a question for you in the chat, Chuck.
This year.
Our guy Wicked is saying, with Naomi winning, do you see Bianca going heel and starting to feud with Jade by stopping Naomi from cashing in? Would love to hear your thoughts, Chuck Jordan.
No.
You don't want to see it. You don't want to see Bianca turn heel.
Not now. No.
Not now. I do. I kind of do. I want to see Bianca. I've been saying it from the beginning. I want to see Bianca go heel, and I want to see Naomi convert her over to the dark side, and then Jade will be elevated as the babyface. She's the one who needs to push more than anyone. Bianca's certified. Naomi's certified.
I actually want the other way around.
You want Jade to turn heel.
I think Jade is a natural heel.
Okay.
Like Jade comes off.
I can kind of see that.
I can see it.
It's just her personality. It has nothing to do with like who she is as a person. She just comes off like a villain. And to me, stop trying to fight her nature. Y'all fighting her nature. That's probably why, like, sometimes she gets all over, sometimes she doesn't, because you're fighting what's natural. Bianca is naturally just a giddy, happy, bubbly person. Jade is a natural. If you get what I'm saying, she just comes off naturally. So it's like, why fight that? Fall into it.
You're right.
I kind of thought that. I kind of felt like Chuck with John Cena turning, right? But he's doing an excellent job of being a heel. So I don't know.
And next up,
but it took
after
forever
that,
for
we
John
get
to catch.
Lyra Valkyra versus Becky Lynch. The bird got shot out the sky like Duck Hunt on Nintendo. I'm talking regular Nintendo with the orange gun, and you shoot the Duck Hunt. Anyway, Lyra Valkyra falls from the sky, and we got a new Intercontinental Champion, and her name is the man, Becky Lynch. Coach DTM, your thoughts on Becky defeating Lyra, new IC champ?
Too predictable. That's what it was. It was too predictable. We knew that they were going to put the belt on her. And I know this makes at least one person extremely happy. But to me, man, the match was okay. They did a good job. They did okay. They did well. I wasn't bored. I wasn't thrown off. But I just knew the outcome before the match even started. I don't really like when I watch matches and I know the outcome.
Right. You want to be a surprise somewhat.
Yeah,
I feel you. I know what you mean. Joe, how do you feel about Lyra losing the IC title?
Kind of bummed about it. I really like Lyra. She was a really good athlete. She's a really good wrestler. Outfits are always really cool when you're at like all the different shows she's done. You know, it was kind of predictable that she was gonna lose the belt to Becky, and it was like kind of sad. I'm like, I saw the picture, the graphic, and I'm just like, oh, Lyra, I'm sorry, so. I had to go Irish. So sorry, sweetie. You're gonna lose the belt, but you're gonna look so good losing it. Off. Get some
It was that your Irish accent right there.
Hanging out with too many people from across the pond.
Right.
I did that at the show yesterday. I was like, do you want some soda? You want something like that?
If Ron T was here, he would love you right now. He and you are the only Lyra fans. I'm not a big fan of her.
Oh, jeez.
I'm waiting. I was waiting on your criticism of the match. That's what I was waiting on.
Wrestling, I never have a problem with her wrestling. Her wrestling's incredible. It's just the storytelling right now. That's all. And that's not really her fault. That's the writer's fault. You know? But Chuck Jordan, your thoughts on
finally the bird has fallen, huh?
Oh wow.
I was waiting for this, you know? Like, man. Hold on. Fresh brains on him on Lyra Fall. You know, duck hunting. Season's over.
Oh, boy.
We got the bird, guys. We got the bird. We can go ahead and pack this bird up, stuff it, head on home. This bird's cooked. And I'm so happy this bird's finally cooked. The man shot it down.
Wow. You can tell he's not a Lyra fan. You're excited about this, huh?
A little too excited, though.
A little too excited. Jeez.
Woo! Wow!
You over there crushing Joe right now. He's a Lyra fan.
Shut that stupid bird down, huh?
Wow. Joe.
I will say though, I did like Lyra's outfit, and I always said Lyra's a good wrestler. I just hate her story and I hate the bird gimmick. But everything else, you know, Ron T, you know, they shot her down, Ron.
Oh man.
Geez.
Joe, do you have any rebuttal for that, Joe? Any rebuttal for that?
I have a little friend that I know that she has a pot in her house and she will burn you.
Yes, she will. She will.
I have a lot of friends from the UK. I'll tell them all to DM you at the same time.
Watch out, Chuck.
Hey man, I got friends on the other side.
I got friends from Scotland, and they speak. You guys got to interview people from Scotland. They go from talking friendly, sweet, and then they just start dropping F-bombs. Like, it's like, glad this wasn't a children's show.
Right. Glad we could use some profanity. But next up, after Lyra loses, we get the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and another one that was kind of as expected. Seth Rollins now has once again climbed the ladder and won Mr. Money in the Bank. Joe Panther, your thoughts on Seth Rollins getting the win?
Well, again, it's kind of predictable because Becky won Money in the won her IC title. So you see that, and then you're like, someone has been crying in Triple H's office. We need us both doing something big. So let's have Seth win the Money in the Bank. Let's have me win the IC title. Triple H is like, okay. So like, there you go. Boyfriend, husband, and wife both do something big in the same night.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see how you're playing that. Coach DTM, your thoughts on Seth Rollins getting the win?
I hate you, Solo. This match, it was. I did know the outcome already, but the match itself did not disappoint. I will say that part. This was
what up,
everything
Gabriel?
I what it do, Gabe. This is everything I expected and wanted to see from this match. We kind of predicted earlier in the day that something was going to happen with 5-2 and Solo. We just didn't know exactly what or when, but we knew something was going to happen. I think I was under the impression that maybe 5-2 was going to end up going to the other side with Seth, but that was not needed. How he did it was perfect. You know what I'm saying? How everything happened. He still was able to show his dominance over everybody. and then he was able to show like, now I'm by myself. I ain't rocking with these jokers like that. Um, this was everything, man. Even though my guy didn't come out on top like I expected him, like I wanted him to, you know what I'm saying? Pause. But it was still good.
He
I
didn't have
thought
that
some people was
tingling
about
in.
to.
He didn't have tingling
No,
in his
he ain't had that
loins tonight.
tingling.
He
The
didn't have it.
tingling wasn't there. The
Your boy
tingling
LA
wasn't
Knight
there.
couldn't get it done.
He took that spear. That's what it was.
Yeah, that spirit was it,
Took that
man.
spear, was over with.
Definitely.
But yeah, them boys they on their way to doing something, man. I don't know what they're gonna call themselves. That's what I'm excited to see when they get an actual name and call themselves something. But right now, I'm loving the storyline. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I like Seth's victory over his wife's victory. Like that, I feel like they gave her hers, but his was necessary.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. One thing I do want to piggyback before I pass it, you were talking about Solo last episode. We were just saying how funny he has been. When he hit that Pinto walk like Ryan T, I was dying, man. Solo is becoming so goddamn funny. But Chuck Jordan, your thoughts on the men's Money in the Bank?
As a wrestling fan for years, this is how you do something. This is how you surprise people with a predictability. There was like moving parts everywhere. Not just people going through ladders, but literally story after story after story being told. I was really excited with this one. Like I said, like you guys said, it was predictable as hell, but how they got to the ending, like even when Breaker and Tsunami came out, I'm like, oh, well, this is over. But then you seen Potato and Fatu come out, and I'm like, wait a minute. It was I don't know. I was excited and ecstatic as a wrestling fan watching this match because it was like I already know what the outcome is, but I don't know how they're gonna get there. And seeing how they're gonna get there was better told here than the other one, of course. But I give this a thumbs up. I like this one.
Thumbs up from Chuck George for the Money in the Bank. Well done, WWE. Well done.
Yeah,
Then that brings
match of the
us
night.
to, right. That brings us to the main event where we get John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. And to surprise to the WWE universe, out comes returning R-Truth, who interferes in the match. The roof blows off the place. Clearly, the WWE was listening to the universe. R-Truth is back. He costs John Cena the match. Cody Rhodes gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Him, Jay, celebrate. R-Truth is back in the WWE. Coach DTM, your thoughts on the main event?
Man, this was let's start with Logan. This was probably the first match I've seen Logan in where he had some extra stumbles, I would say. You know, a couple flip over the ropes where he slipped and fell, and I was like, come on, Logan, you gotta keep it tight. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here bragging about him to people who don't really watch wrestling. I'm like, if you look, watch Dog, because they know him, but they don't know wrestling. I'm like, nah, he stepped up, he's doing his thing. Although the match was good, man. The match was good in itself. Like I said, John Cena taking this heel roll to the end of the road, literally,
right?
And then to see that infamous black hoodie come out with the ski mask on, I was like, yeah, this
for the
is
first
it.
time,
This
there
is
was
what I
a
was
black
talking about.
man under the black hoodie for the first time. I think,
For the first time, and he was struggling to get that mask on. He was He didn't want to pull the braid, the lock. He didn't want to put them locks. He was like, shoot. But
there's
no,
a good question
man,
for you. There's a good question for you, though, Coach, in the chat. Somebody got a question for you. Wicken says, with Seth winning, what does that say about LA Knight and how WWE sees him? That's a good one for Coach.
So what's gonna happen with LA Knight is they're gonna have him take a step down just a little bit and go after one of them other championships for now. And
so
then
you wouldn't say that means he's not good enough. That you wouldn't say that.
No.
You wouldn't say they don't have faith in him. He's not him.
No. No,
He's
no,
not
I
the
wouldn't
it
say that.
factor.
I
Okay.
would.
I think
I
I would
would.
too.
No,
I would
no,
too.
I wouldn't say
too.
that.
That would say a lot.
I wouldn't say
I
that.
would.
I would say everybody in every match there has to be a winner and a loser, right? There had to be somebody to put somebody over. You know what I'm saying? And LA Knight was the one who was putting people over yesterday,
Whatever
by
helps
taking
you
that
sleep at
spear.
night, sir. Whatever helps you sleep at
It's all
night.
part of the game. It's all part of the game, man.
Chuck
But no,
Jordan.
the match
Oh,
was
my bad. No,
great.
I didn't know you was done. My
No,
bad. Go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
no, I'm good. I'm good.
All
I'm
right,
done.
all right.
The match was great. That's the ending.
Chuck, how you feel about the main event?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The first thing I did when I saw them black ankles, I was like,
I did.
is that Uncle Ron? And then they spun around and the face. I'm like, got a ski mask on? Pulled the ski mask off. I saw it. First thing I did was ran to their website and seen that the Ron Cena shirt was back up online. I was like, he's back. I lost my shit, bro. And I like how he came out and stopped John from doing the same move that he's been that finishing, hit him with the title, hurry up and pin. He came out and was like, he got hit with the title, but he was like, nah, not today. Ron Cena's here to save the day.
Ron T is in the comments saying Ron Cena. I know he
Da,
happy.
da, da, the national treasure has returned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe Panther the third. How do you
The
feel about?
background. See, I'm
There
not
you
bad.
got it. The background dudes
And
at
you see that
Wrestling
beautiful
Podcast.
gold belt behind me? She's nice. She says hi.
All right, he figured out the mirror button on the camera. Let's go, sir. How you
She's
feel about the
Goldie
main
now.
event?
She's not backwards. She's the right way. That's what you call international gold right there.
She's looking like she's eyeing me. She looks like she wants me to want her.
I don't know. She speaks all different languages. So she speaks Gaelic, she speaks Spanish, she speaks Irish, Italian. She speaks a lot of languages.
Tell her we said what up though from Detroit.
She just called me a pendejo because I looked at her. Stop it. No. I'll talk to you later.
How you feel about the main event, Joe?
I think it was a good match. I'm glad that they had somebody interfere because I'm getting kind of tired of John Cena hit him in the head with the title. Oopsie, belt disappears. Pin 1, 2, 3. And I am over the moon. I'm so happy to see R-Truth back. I personally think that was a ruse, as I write. So I'm like, oh, come on. That's next chapter. He's going to pop out of a garbage can going, I didn't die. My shirt was just, I dropped spilled ketchup on myself. Like, I can see R-Truth saying, oh, I made a mistake. I accidentally said blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like, yeah. Is that a warning? Warning
No.
shot?
I don't think that wasn't a wrap-up warning.
No, that was Coach in the car.
Coach's car starting up there.
He's coming to my house. Come cash in on me. Great.
I'm about to cash in right now.
You want to become international wrestling champion? Book some international guests, guys.
Oh
I
man,
can
that's
help you.
funny.
I could be your Paul Heyman. I can help you out.
There we go.
Is he trying to take my job? My name is Chuck Stone.
Yeah, but I'm happy. The main event was good. It's kind of rough. I would give it a good rating once we get to the rating half, but I enjoyed it.
We are there now, sir. On a scale of 1 to 10, Joe Panther the third, what are you giving Money in the Bank 2025?
The whole show?
The whole show, scale of 1 to 10.
10 out of 10. There was a lot of high spots.
10. Wow.
A lot of high spots. New champions, unpredictable winners of the men's and women's. All around weekend was fantastic for WWE fans because you got a chance to see people from different countries. You got a chance to see different men and women take the briefcase and go with it. And for once, nobody cashed it in on freaking Money in the Bank night.
Right.
Right.
Definitely. He gave it a perfect score. Coach DTM, scale of 1 to 10, what you giving Money in the Bank?
Good show. I'm not as as high as JP, but I'm gonna give it a 9. I give it a 9.
9 from Coach
Yeah, I'll give it a
DTM.
9.
I'm afraid with
It would
this
have been
one.
a 10 if LA Knight would have been, on
Yeah,
point.
well, you
But
definitely wasn't
uh,
getting a 10.
6 then. Give it a
Chuck
6.
Jordan.
No.
I honestly was at a 7, but then when I watched it over again this morning, I was like, wait a minute. The bird died. Fatu hates Solo, and Ron Cena is back. I'm going with Joe Panther with a 10.
Joe
Yay.
Panther with a 10. Damn. Shout out Jody in the comments agreeing with you. What's up, fam? I hate you, Solo. Everybody gonna be saying that for weeks. Everybody's
You
gonna be
ain't
saying
lying.
that for weeks, man. Well, I enjoyed the show as well. I thought it was good, man. Top to bottom. I'm not no perfect
Cody
10
won.
in no way. Cody won too. When you got the best guy in the game closing out the show, that's called booking, ladies and gentlemen. So that was done well tonight. I'm gonna give it a 9.2. Good show. Good show. I'm happy with the people who won. No problems at all. And I really enjoyed watching Worlds collide and what happened with Dominic and Junior and how that translated over. I think this was all good booking tonight. No problems at
Yeah.
all.
World
Joe.
Collide was kind of juicy.
Yeah, Worlds Collide. We're gonna get into that too later on. But Joe, tell the people about your show, man. Break them down for them. Where can they reach you, brother?
Well, Dudes at Ringside Podcast is streamed on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You could find me under the Joe Panther Variety Show on YouTube, live every Monday with my girls on Ghost Head Nerd Talk Podcast, as we talk about everything nerdy, 80s, 90s, and 2000. By the way, happy Ghostbuster weekend, guys. This weekend, Ghostbusters, the movie, arrived in the theaters in 1984. Nerding out for you. Get a little nerd fact. And I could say is Bill Murray somewhere is going, who just said our name again for the 95th time?
Right.
You find it on YouTube, Facebook, on Instagram, Dudes at Ringside Podcast. If you want to find us on Facebook, you could also find us under the real Dudes at Ringside. The long story why it's called real. But thank you, gentlemen, for having me on the podcast. Instagram, please give it a follow. Please give my YouTube channel a subscribe, and definitely give these guys a huge follow, subscribe, and like this video. These guys are amazing. They came on my podcast. Big shout out to the Holy Shhh Podcast. You guys bring the fire. And as I always say, don't forget that hashtag support independent wrestling. It's always, I love the big stage, but the indie guys is where everybody started out. If you get it, you're in your area, look on the posters, look on Instagram, go to your bars or places and see if there's a flyer and go to an independent wrestling show. You never know. You may like what you see.
Definitely. That is the truth. Chuck Jordan, let them know what we got. What do we got, Chuck Jordan?
We have streaming every day of the week. Monday,
say we got merch. What are you talking about? Got merch. You're lying.
Monday, we have Raw. Tuesday, we have SmackDown. Wednesday, we have AEW. Thursday, we have our YouTube show. Friday, forgot what Friday is. Oh, SmackDown. Saturday, of course, whatever PLE. Sunday, interviews. And the most important thing that you want to rush me on is we have merch.
Yes.
New merch up at that. We got old merch still available, new merch up. Go get the merch.
Get your merch.
Merch.
Get your merch. Got a couple ratings in the comments before we get out of here. Ryan T. the Icon. He is where is that? Oh, there he is. Ryan T. the Icon. He's giving the show a 9.
That's only because Lyra lost.
Jody Bennett, 9 out of 10 for him. Wiccan says +3 points for R-Truth coming back to WWE.
Right?
Rico Shaw is saying, let's go Truth. And then we got a comment from Troy D. I'm calling it now. Seth Rollins will fail at cashing in the contract. No thanks to Sami Zayn. Soto619 is also in the comments saying his name is Chuck Jordan.
Let me know, Soto.
And also, Soto says, you guys going to cover TNA? Goddamn, Solo. We be thinking on the same wavelength. After last week's show, I was like, we have to. It's
they
a
have
must.
some good wrestlers. There's some good products out there.
After last week's show, I watched it. I was thoroughly entertained. You could tell NXT has officially taken over. It felt like I was watching NXT. You know, so I was like, oh yeah, this is.
You guys have Roku in your other houses?
I do.
Go on Roku, look up TNA. You get a channel that's 24 hours of TNA product.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna check that out. Soto also says thoughts on World Collide. Soto, we're getting into a post show with that tonight. If you want to hop in with us, you know, feel free. I want your opinion, especially you know, being Latin and knowing that culture. So hit me up, bro. We definitely doing a Worlds Collide tonight. Rico Shaw is also giving it a 9 out of 10. But Joe Panther, my friend, we appreciate you being on, brother.
My name's I gotta lean up a little. I gotta step up a little bit. My body made me look a little teeny. I was like, hey guys. I am 5'1", but that's a different story for a different day.
Oh yeah. You're mink size. You're mink size.
She'd
He's
be like,
taller.
wow. And then she cashes in on me, she trips me. And like
She's not even 5 foot.
Right.
I'll take an L. As I say, I never hit a woman, even unless she has a steel chair or a pot in her hand trying to hit me. I'll run the other direction.
Right. One quick last comment before we get out of here. Rico Shaw says TNA has surprisingly superstars. Rico, this Thursday, just because you said that, now it's official. TNA post show is coming, man. We got to do it. Now we have no days off. Thank you. Jesus Christ, TNA.
No days off.
No days off.
How you know how I feel?
Definitely. But thank you for coming on, Joe. And for everybody else, check us out later this evening. Worlds Collide. We got some great interviews coming up. And every day, you know what's going on. Wrestling here on the Holy Shhh Podcast. But until then, it's your boy ABE from DET.
My name is Chuck Jordan. Go get the merch.
My name is Joe Panther III.
Thank you, Joe, once again for joining us right here on the Holy Shhh Podcast.
Merch.
Peace.